All right. So, could you introduce yourself and your group? And
I'm Jon Forster from St. Michael Lutheran in Portage, Michigan. Brought 13 youth out to Redeemer here in Newark to serve this community, to spread the good news of Jesus Christ, and to just be here as witnesses for what Christ has done for us.
Jon, what were the biggest activities that you did this week to make that happen?
Well, we did three main things. We did some prayer walking in a residential district where the kids went up and knocked on doors and asked people if they could pray for them, and that was very intimidating, at times difficult. They were dismissed by some people as no thanks, I don't need it. Some people were extremely appreciative. Some people prayed for us right there on the spot. But we saw it was a long, hot day, and the kids really had to persevere, especially at the end. We got down near the hill, and the steps, there was 15, 20 steps up to some of the houses, and they'd been walking for hours, and they got it done, and I was very proud of them for persevering and praying with people right to the end. We also prayer walked the business district, which the kids were very intimidated by at first, but I think ended up being even more meaningful to them because every store they went into, there was someone to talk to, even if they said, no thanks, or you can't do that here. They got an interaction every single time, and I think they saw the range of interactions that came from that, from dismissal to acceptance to people who just prayed for them, said, oh, I'm glad you're here, I'm going to pray for you for doing this, and then planning and executing a VBS as we continue to try to build leadership skills and the ability to step out and get things done even when you're not exactly sure you can do it. And so those three activities, I think, trust that God and the Holy Spirit will use what we did here, but for us, it made us stronger, it made us better leaders, and it helped us know that we can do scary things and that God will be there for us.
And this week, you were looking for something.
Yes, Jim instructed us we would look for men and women of peace, leaders in their neighborhood, people who would look to serve Christ and could be a place where we could start to build the church back up in the neighborhoods, and also to just places where the gospel could be spread from, as these people are people who are respected in their community and could spread the gospel. And we found 12 potential people, interestingly enough, 12, who really fit this mold, and we look forward to hearing on the follow-up what they do in their community, and if Jim is successful in training them and recruiting them and retaining them.
There was quite a bit of work that first day. What are some of the numbers in terms of how many homes you called on, how many conversations, how many prayer requests?
First day when we did residential prayer walking, estimates 400 to 500 different residences. Some homes had 2 or 3 different doors, 3 or 4 different mailboxes, and we rang every doorbell and knocked on every door to try to get to every family that might be in those homes. We talked with well over 100 people, and a little over 50 of them actually gave us specific prayer requests, gave us their names and said, pray for me in this way. And so when some of them we prayed for on the spot if they asked for it, some of them we brought back here, but we prayed for each one of those persons by name, and have given the names to Jim so he can, their prayer group, continue to pray for those people as well.
And Jon, you were sharing how it was intimidating really at first, because if you could share a little bit about how many of the youth had any experience with prayer walking prior to coming out here, and then how you saw them develop and grow during this week.
Well, we had a young group. Actually, a lot of them were incoming freshmen, so they're just 14 years old, 15 years old, and we headed out into neighborhoods that they were unfamiliar with, a little rougher than the neighborhoods they're used to back home, with people that they're not used to, people who spoke a lot of Spanish, or maybe almost no English, and different backgrounds. Newark's a totally different city from Portage, Michigan. It's totally unfamiliar to us. And at first, very intimidated, but just kind of the resolve that comes from faith in God of this is what we're doing, we're going to go do it, and we'll let God take care of whatever happens, and we're not going to be scared, and we're just going to get the work done that we're supposed to get done. And so saw a lot of resolve, saw a lot of determination, and then trust that this was all going to be okay, that God would make this okay over time, and that all that came to fruition.
Awesome. Well, John, it's been great being with you. I pray God's blessings on your travels home, and look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you, Jim. Appreciate it.
You bet.